Okay, we're at the top of the mountain and this is Caesar's Head State Park. I think I'll turn in here and show you the overlook at Caesar's Head before we go on any further. Okay, let's go look out over the overlook. It's a little breezy right here, but oh my goodness, right over there is Table Rock State Park. We did a video on that a couple weeks ago, and we're overlooking the whole valley here. It's just amazing. Better keep my eyes on what I'm doing here. We're gonna come in this way, go across the suspension bridge, down that mountain, and then we're gonna go up the Dismal Trail, which is hidden to our site right there. I'd show you Devil's Kitchen before we leave. And it's just this walkway down between the rocks. Oh my goodness. We're going down. This is pretty steep. And so we just came down through there and it continues on around. Okay, we're 1 mile on the other side of the mountain from Caesar's Head, and this is Raven Cliff Falls parking lot. And we will be heading down that trail right there. I have hiked the Foothills Trail from Coney to Table Rock. It's about a 76-mile trip. To the falls, it's about 2.2 miles today. And we're also on the Palmetto Trail, which extends through the state. Okay, right there is Caesar's Head. We were looking at the overlook, or from the overlook, and Devil's Kitchen right up there. Okay, US Highway 11, Scenic Highway, is down in this area here. We came up the windy road all the way up to Caesar's Head. Came a mile over it. Now we're at the Raven Cliff Falls parking lot. And we've gone all the way to here. And if we take a left, that will take us to the Raven Cliff Falls overlook, where we'll be able to see the suspension bridge way over here. Or we could take the left, and let's see, that would take us down the Dismal Trail. Okay, we're gonna go to the right. We're gonna circle around, come down to the suspension bridge, go down a very steep mountain, and cross over the, the creek if there's still a place to cross. And then we're gonna come up the Dismal Trail for maximum training effect with a heavy pack. Well, 26 pounds feels heavy to me. And then we'll just head on back to the Raven Cliff Falls parking lot. That's the plan. Okay, so that way to Raven Cliff Falls overlook and the Dismal Trail. This way to the suspension bridge. So let's go this way. Trails in this whole system are marked with blazes so you can know where you're at. Now we're following the pink blaze to the suspension bridge that I ran across two backpackers. I was a solo hiker and one of the backpackers started talking to me, chatting with me, and we became good friends. Started hiking around the area and have been backpacking kind of together off and on. He was a commercial airline pilot. His name was Doug, and we've had a great time. Our wives and us got together, and you meet a lot of people on the trail, and you can develop some really great relationships. Okay, there's Caesar's Head and Devil's Kitchen, where you can hear the water, I think. We're going to descend down to the suspension bridge. Okay, so the last 3 minutes from the suspension bridge to now was probably the hairiest part of the whole trip. Okay, so the Natureland Trust Trail continues to be steep for quite a ways. As you can see, I'm I'm having to, you know, you just take one big step out and you're going to drop about 5 feet. So we'll just be careful the rest of the way. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You're a very interesting fella. Yeah, if you have bad knees, this is not the trail to be on for sure. So are you kind of getting the feel for the steepness of this trail? Okay, so I finally got down to this spot, and this is really amazing. If you watch up, it looks like half the mountain caved away. And it looks like there's another part that's ready to go. And we're gonna be going right underneath it, over there. Okay, looks like a great place to rest, take off my pack. Got a nice stream right here. Looks really beautiful. And it's a nice place to eat. So this morning for breakfast, I had oatmeal with flaxseed, homemade almond milk, blueberries and bananas, and that's gotten me this far so far. Oh wow, this is great. They have put up this, wow, like a bridge, a footbridge. It was at this creek years ago, as I was coming down the Dismal Trail, coming from that direction down here, that something startled me. It was a ball of fur right down here in the creek, and it was a coyote. And the coyote was not aggressive. He just looked at me and then slowly started to move away. And I noticed that unfortunately the lower half of his jaw was completely off his body, except hanging by some fur at the corner of his mouth. I don't know if he'd been shot. Now I know this is not a happy story, but I can't forget that coyote, and I wished I could have done something. If I'd have had a way to put him out of his misery, I would have done it. So what kind of flower is this? Very interesting. So I don't know if I'm even halfway up the Dismal Trail, but I remember years ago when my son Jerem was in grade school, and I'm not sure if he was 4th, 5th grade or what, but we did the same hike I'm doing now, and we got about, I don't know how far up the Dismal Trail we got, but he was getting pretty wore out and I think a bit discouraged. And so to encourage him, I told him, hey, when we get done with this, I think there was a Star Wars movie or something like that on. He says, we'll go see the Star Wars movie. And I think that sparked a little bit of motivation in him. But the thing was, we got home so late, as I recall, and I never did take him. And that was a bummer deal. I really owed it to him to use that as motivation and then not even taking him to the movies. Thank goodness there's a bit of a breeze. This morning that breeze was, well, temperatures were in the 50s and that breeze was, boy, it was cold. But wearing a pack and hiking, you warm up pretty quick. And today now this breeze at this time feels really good because you work up quite a sweat going up this trail. Oh yeah. Ah. Hey, are you guys enjoying this? Okay, so they put up this chain. I guess they must think it's steep and we need some help. Okay, so I thought I heard some Indian drums kind of like being beaten, you know, going off in the distance. And I thought, really? So I slowed down, and lo and behold, I think it was my heartbeat in my ears. Funny. Yeah, those drums are still beating. Good grief, look at that. And we got a long way to go. This morning, before I left the house, I applied this Body Glide in areas where I might get chafed. I learned on one of my first 5-day hikes that that's some of the worst pain you can have. And so this stuff helps immensely. So I carry it with, but it works better if you put it on before you have a problem. All right, now you know. Okay. Okay, there we go. We made it. At the top it says, the Dismal Natureland hiking loop is very strenuous. Expect at least an additional 4 hours of hiking from this point. For your safety, do not attempt this loop unless you have water, food, hiking boots, and a trail map. Okay, so that's the Dismal Trail. We just came up. That's the way back to the parking lot. Just about 2 miles. And this way leads us to the Ravencliff Falls overlook. I still have some energy. Oh my goodness. They have really redone this since I've been here last. It's been years. Oh my goodness. This overlook looks awesome. Okay, now you can't see it through my camera, but the suspension bridge is out there. Let's see if I can kind of point to it right there. That's where I was 2 hours ago. And so I met these fine people up here. Can I introduce you? So you're here for the first time?
Yep. I'm Nathan. This is Lauren.
Oh, hi. And so where are you from?
From Tennessee. I'm from the Knoxville area originally, and she's from Kentucky, right?
Yeah, Western Kentucky.
Well, how about
In
that?
Johnson City.
So what are you doing down here?
Just enjoying the day. This is her birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so awesome. Well, you're getting some really great photographs or
Yeah.
videos or whatever. And this is just an awesome place to be, isn't it?
Definitely is. We want to come back in the fall for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'm back 5 hours and 10 minutes from the time I started, and it was a great hike. I used to do this trail when I'd jog it. I'd do it in 2 hours and 40 minutes, but that was jogging and without a pack, and I never carried water because it always burdened me down. So anyway, this has been a great hike, and you ought to come up here and try this. I want to go up and show you something else at the station, the ranger station. Park admission to any of these parks, the parking lots, $2 per adult. And for South Carolina residents 65 and older, it's $1.25. But I have a park pass, so I can get in anytime. So they have this neat display of the whole area. And Caesar's Head State Park is right there. Wildcat Wayside is right there, where I had my first date with my wife. Ravencliff Falls Overlook, Ravencliff Falls Suspension Bridge, Table Rock State Park. Okay, and one last look. Yeah, I used to ride my bike up here. Quite a haul up this mountain. Isn't that something? Table Rock, oops, Table Rock, right over there. Okay, remember the sheer rock cliff that I showed you? That was right there. And then Ravencliff Falls. Let's see, right over there. All right.